this a breakfast
Eric.
milkshake?
Hey guys, this week on What Would Happen If, we have What Would Happen If for Eric. Ready? What would happen if Eric drank a breakfast milkshake? Woo!
We're gonna surprise Eric. He doesn't know we're doing this. We are going to give him a breakfast milkshake. What goes in any good breakfast milkshake? An egg. Maybe a little bit of hot sauce. Some milk, of course. Calcium's very important. And OJ, make sure you get your vitamin C in there. Don't stay sick. Stay healthy. All right, let's get this thing going.
Alright, here's the breakfast milkshake.
So, what do you want me to do with this?
You have to drink it, all of
I
it.
have to drink this?
The whole thing.
What's it?
What
what's the stuff,
is this?
What's the stuff floating at the bottom?
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
There's
bring it up to the camera. Bring it up to the camera.
There's stuff floating in here. You guys, what am I so...
Yes!
Just gonna.
Yeah, holy...
TJ's gotta throw up picture.
Oh my
TJ's gotta...
gosh. What would happen if Eric drank this concoction? What makes this a breakfast
Eric-
milkshake?
It has
Eric
all
can't
your
eat
necessary
lions.
breakfast needs,
You
okay?
can't give him
Are you
that.
ready? Is it gonna hurt me? Do you want to know? Do you want to hear what's in it?
No, yes.
Okay, okay.
No, maybe this is better if he doesn't know.
Alright, yeah. And then
There's
just
an
watch the
egg
video of me making-
floating on top.
Just like.
Like a full-on egg just floating in there.
Come
You
on,
guys,
Eric,
I don't
drink
think I
it.
can do
Dude,
this.
come on,
Smell
yes
it.
you can. You ever gonna
It smells,
back up?
it smells like orange juice.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the things. Vitamin C, very important. Vitamin C.
And
That's
milk.
That's okay, calcium, that's for your bones.
Okay.
Breakfast, great way to start the day.
See an egg.
Okay, that's protein, that's also for your day. And what
What's
else?
those chunks floating?
Yeah, what are the chunks?
Habanero hot sauce.
No.
That's some spice.
No!
All your important
Oh
breakfast
my
needs.
God.
Come on, you've been waiting.
Oh, this is
Now to go.
horrible. Do I have to drink all of it or can I just take a sip?
No, you gotta chug the whole thing.
Why don't you some milk sauce?
Spoke a little too soon there.
You guys, this is really gonna go down well.
Come on, just try.
Oh.
Just put the whole thing in your mouth at least.
Yeah, it's gonna come back up.
Okay.
It's definitely coming back up.
I'm gonna just take a sip.
Holy cow. Oh, it's so spicy. Oh, this is just horrible. I don't know if I can do this.
Come on, Eric, you've never backed down
Eric
from a
has a
fight.
history with not being able to eat raw egg. So.
Go, Eric, come on.
Eric.
This is so
Dude,
bad.
come on! It's a mental block.
God.
Just think of it as like just the best smoothie you've ever had. You know?
Yeah. Oh, there it is!
You get the egg?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Just parts of it.
Is the yolk the worst part for you?
I don't know what it is. It's all of it. It's all the worst.
It's all the. Hey, you might want to shake it up though to get the hot sauce. Oh! The egg came back out.
I'm done.
Welcome to What Would Happen If, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.
Happy Wednesday! Go students! Hey, we miss being with you here tonight, but we hope that we can give you something fun and something that you can chew on this afternoon and this evening as you listen to this. So, we are super excited to be with you this weekend. Those of you who are going to be coming with us to our winter retreat up at Zephyr Cove. Zeke, what's something you're looking forward to?
Fun.
Okay, there's going to be lots of fun. There will be. Stefan.
That's not my name.
TJ.
Plot
What
twist.
are you looking forward to?
Not being called Stefan. And say he's not coming. And snow. Playing the snow. Snowball fights. All the snow.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to the food and maybe the polar bear plunge, swimming in Lake Tahoe. It's gonna be great.
Just the polar bear.
Just the polar bear. It's laying out under the stars at night. Oh man, we got so many good things that we're gonna be doing this weekend. So we're super glad if you're gonna be joining us. Awesome, we can't wait. I also want to take a minute here, just a few minutes, and just share with you something that I've been reading in Matthew, and it's this little like wisdom parable, if you will, that Jesus speaks at the end of what's called the Sermon on the Mount. So let me read it to you, and then we'll just discuss it for just a minute here. He says this: "Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows them is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes and the torrents and the floodwaters rise and the winds beat against the house, it won't collapse because it's built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey is foolish, like a person who builds their house on sand. And when the rain and the floods come and the winds beat against that house, it will collapse with a mighty crash." So he says this at the end of all this teaching, as he's been teaching through what it means to be a follower of Jesus and the way that Jesus kind of does things different in the culture than they're used to. And in fact, it's him teaching how to have a spirit-filled life, how to walk by the Spirit. Okay, so he teaches this little parable here. For everyone who just heard all this teaching, he goes, this is what I want you to do with my teaching. So I want to ask you guys just a couple of questions real quick, because when we talk about parables like this, it's good to try to figure out what Jesus is talking about in comparison to the people or the things that he references. So what do you think the house represents?
Us.
Us.
Yeah.
The people. Yeah, people who have been listening to Jesus' teaching. Okay, then to Zeke, what do you think the sand or the hard rock, the foundation, what do you think the foundation of the house represents?
I think it represents what we build our foundation on. If the house is us, then it is what we kind of put our faith into. What
Okay.
we're kind of building our lives around.
Okay, good. Building our lives on. So would you say like the truth that we build our lives on?
Truth.
Truth, the teachings. Because Jesus here is talking about people who hear his teaching and do it is like someone who builds their house on strong foundation. Okay, so when you think of like a strong foundation, like a rock, what rock comes to mind?
Big granite one.
A big granite rock.
Because they're usually pretty just solid and just continuous, and they just
Have you ever seen or been on a big granite rock?
yeah.
Which one?
There's El Cap, Half Dome.
Okay,
Those ones.
okay.
There's also just other kind of granite rocks.
Okay, so like pictures of like Yosemite and
Yeah.
like those giant like monarchs of our like Sierra Nevadas. Like that would be awesome. Okay, cool. What about like sandy? He says sand. What about like sandy foundation?
Just think of like a beach house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like
on
not
the
ones,
coast?
not the ones on like the stilts though.
Okay.
Like one that's literally just like
Flat.
just flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those beach houses that are like on the cliffside and they're like the cliff is eroding away?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they're, like going over the edge. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of what comes to my mind. Or have you ever stood in like the tides of the ocean where you're standing straight on the sand and then you feel like, what do you feel under your feet as the water comes in and comes out?
You sink down.
You feel the sand just kind of moving away out from underneath you and you can't stop it. Like you can't hold on to it. It's like this, like.
I've tried.
What happens?
Just grip it with
Oh, grip it with your toes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, monkey toes.
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't
good.
work.
No, okay, so Jesus is really pointing to something true here. There's a foundation in which we can build our life that is firm, and the foundation that we build our life on that erodes from underneath us. And one leads to a house that lasts forever, or one leads to a house that collapses quickly. Okay, so final question here. What is true of both houses?
Well, you have to build a house.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
So you have the option to, you can't not build a house.
Yeah.
You've got to build something.
Mhm.
Your life is being built as we're speaking right now. So you've got to build it. What else is true of both houses?
There's no third option, so it's either the sand or the granite.
Okay. So you kind of choose between which bedrock you're going to build it on. Good. What else is true about both houses as he talks about the torrents and the rain and the floodwaters?
It'll affect how long the house lives,
Okay.
how sturdy the house is,
Yep.
face value.
Resell that what the market's doing. Yeah.
Well,
It really depends.
both houses are going to be hit by the same storms.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. if you notice, it's the exact same wording for both homes. Like it doesn't matter whether your house is built on rock or on sand, you're going to come under these torrents or the floodwaters or the rain or the winds. It's going to beat against the house. Regardless of which house it is. You're going to come under these things. And so as I think about just like torrents and floodwaters and rainwaters and stuff, what comes to your guys' mind? Maybe from 2020 or coming into 2021, what are some of the rains, floodwaters, and winds that we have experienced or you have experienced?
Like loss of a loved one. Be hard. Just thinking like, oh, well, how could this happen? You know, and if it happened, why did God let it happen? And that could be like a big wind and big wave that comes at you and could rock you, but the foundation should be, you know.
Right. Yep. Anything come to your mind?
Loss of community.
Yeah.
Those same areas of loss, but more with like relational stuff and community.
Yeah, we've been rocked. I mean, our these houses, like as Jesus talks about, we've been under the wind and rain and storms, and it matters what our life is built on. And so Jesus says, build it on my truth. That's what represents the hard rock, is my truth. Sandy truth would be like things that we see in culture or hear from like friends, or just kind of like the feel-good type truths that aren't really based in scripture, but they maybe sound nice for a little while. And so Jesus is asking these people and asking us, consider my teachings, and when you hear them, don't just hear them and walk away. That would be someone who builds their life on sand. But hear them and then do what I've called you to do, so that when the wind and storms come, you can stand up and stand through that. That's the difference between those who hear and don't do and those who hear and do what Jesus called them to do. And so, like I mentioned, there's like 2 chapters of his teachings right here. And so if you were interested, this is Matthew, the end of Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 that we read. But you can go back to Matthew chapter 5 and read chapter 5 and 6 and 7 and read about the way that he has, or is instructing his followers to follow his truth. And so here's what I'm thinking for us, just for the end of this time. We're going to end it right here. It's a little devotional for us. But take a minute after this video ends and just sit with God in silence and stillness in your bedroom or wherever you are, and just take a minute and pause and ask God first that you are a person who hears and does. I think we know a lot of truth about who God is, but it's hard to put that into practice. And it takes the power of the Spirit in us to have us go forward and do and trust what he's called us to do. So just pray first that you're a person who puts into practice the teachings of Jesus in your life. And then maybe a second one is this: ask that God would reveal to you the places of sand that make up your life foundations, and that he replaces them with his truth. Honestly, the motivation is going to be by his Spirit in you replacing those things. And so that you can replace the sand with hard rock of his truth, and that you can enjoy this life, and you can have a life of peace and joy and love and all these things that God has promised, even though there's windstorms and even though there's rain. So that's a little bit for today. Take a minute. You can even pause the video right here or wait till the end and just take a minute and reflect on what are the things that Jesus would have for you from these things. We miss you guys tonight. Bummed we can't see you in person, but super excited about this weekend and getting to spend some time with you all away in Tahoe. Anything else you want to say? Yep. All right. Hey, love you guys, and we'll see you all on Friday here at Sun Hills. At what time?
2:45.
2:45 right here. All right. Be looking for that packing list and all that other great stuff. Peace.
Peace up. A-Town.